So yeah, Aisling, when you're ready.
So good morning, everyone. So I might start with a quick show of hands for those of you who will be in regular contact with men. So be it at home or in the workplace or friends. Yeah, so it's a fair few of us. The majority of us will be in contact with men. And I suppose with the element of contact that we have, for most of us, there's an element of care for them as well. So when we hear the ever-repeated news that men are still dying younger than women, or that they still find it quite difficult to engage with their health, there's a want in most of us to do something about it, or to make it that bit easier for them to be able to look after their health. So in research, there's been great advances in terms of evidence with what works in terms of engaging men, such as appropriate communication or being based within the community. So in September 2015, we incorporated all of this evidence into a 12-week physical activity program called Men on the Move in an attempt to engage men. And it worked. 489 men showed up across 12 locations to take part in the program. And there are great tangible results to showcase what the men achieved throughout the program, with some losing up to about 6.19 centimetres off their waist. So while numbers are a great way to showcase results, what are the stories behind these numbers? So my research sought to seek out these stories and explore what it was like for men to put that extra notch in their belt, to reduce their daily medications, or to now have a friend that they can say hello to on the street. So how did I do this? I sat down with 32 men, had a chat, sometimes with a cup of tea there as well, and asked them to explain to me what it was like to be on Men on the Move, or what it meant to them to have it there. So while analysis is still in its early stages, 4 themes are beginning to emerge: engagement and sustainability, connection, transitions, and ripple effects. So in being general, these findings indicate that Men on the Move far surpasses its physical benefits. It provides men opportunities for education. It acts as a gateway to other social and health services, and it's a safe starting point for men of all backgrounds to re-engage with their health. In addition to this, it also provides valuable insights into the into wider development of future public health interventions. So finally, I'm going to leave you with the words of one of the men on the participant and the impact it had for him. My head was all over the place. I was bored doing nothing. I had nothing. No money, no job, nothing. But Men on the Move got me going, because you're out, you're talking to people. You know you're not the only one that hasn't got a job or money problems. Now I'm in a place where I know what I want and I'm clear on what I want to do. Thank you.
Aisling, you might come back up. So do we have a question from one of the judges?
We have a question. Thanks very much, Aisling. That was really good, really interesting. What one action does your research, I know it's at preliminary stage, but what one action do you think your research is pointing to in the design of future interventions with male populations?
I suppose it's to apply more gender-specific things to the programme. So as I said, there's advances within the research in recent years in terms of what's actually working to engage men, because in the past lots of health services have been targeted towards women. If you go into the doctor's surgery, there's magazines on the table, there's posters up about breastfeeding. So it's just about targeting to men, being in a safe environment that they can engage and open up. And lots of the men have said just by walking around in a pitch, they can open up and they feel safe. So it's just really knowing kind of what's gender specific in terms of what men want and what engages them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.